Welcome everyone to the 10th episode of the Let's Show Aspirations, a Saint ranked adventure where I, ChunmanTV, will play Throne Room and we'll have a look analysis, a MAKA AI analysis afterwards. Let's see if we can face some Celestials. It's like prime Japanese hours, so there are like about 160 people in the queue, 40 tables. We are facing two Celestials and a Saint one here on the right. We have one Akka Tora, the Tora is south. We are starting west here. Seems to be a promising hand. Like we probably open Tonra. A few options here are perhaps the Sun School 456, Tonra Pinku Tora. The Kansan 2-mon is okay. It's not really what we want. We kinda want Tonra, but it's a safe. Like if we get the 2-mon, it's roughly a fine. This 9-pin is really not what we wanted to roll, but I guess it's good enough. I really wanted to cut the 8-pin there, but with the 9-pin we do have one more shape. We do have like 3 bad shapes to Sunturn, which is now okay. We can just cut the 2-pin. He still accepted the 3-pin. The 2s are very strong here with the 4, 5, 6, and the 6-mon accepts the upper monster here. The 2-mon has been once cut. Still looking for the Pension card and the 1-3-mon card, but we can also just throw one of them, you know? Throwing them is just superior than cutting them. But we will see the 6-0. It's just Sumakiri, I think. We really are looking for the 3-0. If the 8-0 wasn't in our pawn, we would perhaps keep it over the 2-0, but it would be 3-10 on the 7-0. That's the Richi here on the right with the 3-mon Richi. We have 3-mon, 6-mon Nakasuchi. The 6-mon should be very safe. And we can't fight this, unfortunately. The Tora is also like only cut by us here once cut. The 1-mon is actually pretty safe now. It sometimes steals into a Sabo, but it's twice cut here. 6-mon is no, the 1-mon is safer. The 1-mon is way safer. It only deals into a tanky, and no one is going to reach on a 1-mon tanky when it's twice cut. Anyway, you can push the 6-mon. It deals into some weird AK saves, but it's not that big of a concern. That's the Tora, and we can just play Kenputsu one, so I don't know if we could have kept the Tora there, but I don't think so. Where's Kenputsu? What is next? The 4-pin, Wanzans on the 5-pin, Suchi on the 1-pin here. It's not Nakasuchi. It's Wanzans on the 3-5-pin Kansan. There's a push here with the 9-so. Let's see what Kamicha costs. Like a 7-pin, I don't think they have Kenputsu. They are thinking way too long here. They have Kenputsu. We don't have anything better than this 4-pin. That pins do look a bit like expensive. We have 3 5-pins. Yeah. I don't think Torment has Raku, so we are not really worried about them. I think it's just a Kate and Gold there. It's soon only once cut by us, but now we have this 4, so now 1 chance on the 2, so the 1 chance here on the 2, so is better, on the 4, so is better than the 1 chance on the 5-pins, by the way. Now 6-mon already pushed. We have one more Tau, it's the 2-pin. Is it a Chi there? No, it's not. There's actually one more 1-pin left for the 1-3-pin Chi. We'll see if we get a 4, so the last 4, so or the 7-pin here. We will see the height, I think. Just 2-pin. We can also cut the east or something. They actually have Raku on the Tora Tanki. It's a 5, 6, 9 right here on the right with the San Uncoat Chance, I think. to be Sananko chance for on the 6-9 pin, and then the 5 pin is just Ichinomi, I think. It's Ichi, was it Ichi Tandero? I can't remember the anchors. It was 7. Okay, I just wasn't too focused on that hand. There's usually a lot of information to be gained from reading the hands when they are open, but I don't really use that information in my games, so I underutilize it. I'm also not really quick enough to, like, I can spot the tempai, I can see some weird discards for sure, but I'm not like 100% focused on did they make any mistakes. 2-8 is a pawn here. The HO is next in line. The 4 pin is now also a pawn. The 8 is one card, and the HO is next to the Dora, but we really want to Sakikiri. But the Dora is still good to roll here. 2-8 man, 4 pin. Not the right one. You almost have Zito, but the Zito is too slow here. I don't really want to pawn the 5, so you can cut the 8 here for the summon sound. We can start pulling the 5, so the last 5, so I think, and the 2 Not that scary here, like, we don't see the Dora, but south, twice cut. 3 times. Our hand is still a bit weak, but I don't think we really want to fight that hard. The 5-star should be pretty good here, actually. Kamicha didn't see the 5-star, and it's Nakasuchi on the right, and one Scott. I'm not really afraid of the monster here on the left, but like every deal in the monster is probably Honitsu anyway, but the 5 into 3 is kinda old if it's still Honitsu, but the monster is in here on the right, it comes on 2. Well, just 1 Han. AI really has changed the game, or has changed the... Yeah, has changed the game of reaching Mahjong for sure. It's like, it's probably kinda harder for weaker players to become really strong, like they will get better faster because of AI, but to get really strong, it really requires you to have intuition and such, and you really lack that when you have AI, because AI doesn't explain the cards, and the 2-show would be actually nice for the 3-show, but it's actually kinda accepted here already. This is E something for painful Ipeko here on the 6-show. To decided weight, sounds a good chance. Yeah, it's just 5 into 7. We lose out on the AK5 here, but like we just Sakigiri basically here the 5 into 7. We want the painful anyway. We can just Karakiri the 5. Like, it's okay. It's okay. The Dora are probably here with Kamicha with the 19 pawn here. They can hold Tiomnos, but I don't know what the Raku is here on the left. The green dragon. Wait, it's just green. I thought every Raku high was that. Let me slide. It would be so amazing if we had like a 36-9 weight, but we chose the wrong side, of course. 4-man, half Suchi. But we are more likely to win on the 2 anyway, so the Sansaku isn't that big of an upside, or there's 2-man. There's Ichimo, and then hopefully an era. Nope. We don't even have 40 full. We just have exactly 30 full with the 8 of the Anka, with the 2 of the Simo. We are almost, we are like very tight. We are almost playing like a Tompussen. This guy's Tompussen. He can cast 2 so or the Noir, but considering that we can just also get a normal hand with 2 Tora here, I think the 2 so is slightly better than the Cashwind here. The 3 so is a perfect roll here. We are 2 something, Ramen with the constant 8 so. I really don't know why I keep disconnecting. It's just like, it's just Mahjong so. I really don't understand it sometimes. I've seen other streamers also disconnect. We are something here with the 2 so card. Yeah, I think it's 2 so here. We have a Ramen Kansan here in the monster with which accepts the 4-man 6-9. And we can extend on the 3-man with the 2-man here. Like the other card is like the 3-man, but I don't think it's better. It's really unfortunate that we have a Kansan 8 so here, but we are just maximizing the maximizing our E-Something here for the constant 8 basically. We have a lot of tiles here on the monster side. It's 4, 6, 9, and then we have a lonely 8 here. It's the Shimokiri, right? It is, I think. This is an interesting decision though. You can cut like 3 into 5 for the Sabo, but it has like, I don't know, perhaps if it was ramen it would be better. 3-man. Would lose out on the 4-man, but we can eat it chance. It's interesting there for sure. I don't think it's 9-7. I think it's way too weak for the constant 4 and the 6-9. The Ipeco Painful Tora upgrades are certainly there with keeping the 8-man, but this is, I think, it's not why though, it's equally as why, because we're losing 4 tiles for the Sabo basically, for 4 tiles of the 4-man. 3-man KB. Hetzelfde tasjes dat het zit there. Not that we can really do much about it though. Unless they Ritzy. You can't even call anything. Just waiting for our Tempai for this 8 here. And it's Ritzy here. For the 8 so it's just marginal. Ritzy 1 Tora comes on, but the Steelo is just an obvious stake. I don't even know if Dorman holds like a pair of 8 so still, because like I don't think they have a regular hand there. They also Chunte Dashi makes like 0 sense. What does our weight look like? Social probably. It looks like very social heavy most of the weight. Especially because of the 3-man card here. With a lot of lower monster out. 2000 each. Very nice. Okay, a promising hand here. Rankan here. It's like double Kansan here, the 3 so 8 so. And then we need 1 more block. Hopefully around the Tora, but we will see. If we get an 8 so or 3 so, it's perhaps also Itza, but we will see. Very straightforward hand. If we don't get like an S plus rank on this hand, like we are playing very bad if we don't get an S rank for this hand. There are like 0 decisions you'll be made. Like almost one of the most straightforward hands that you can play. Perhaps with an 8-pin it's kinda iffy because we wouldn't have value with a bad way. But here we have the Tora Kansan here, and we will just retrieve with 1 Tora. Hopefully on the Kansan 8, so again, like last year. They will never expect the same way twice, right? but otherwise the Torah comes on. It's just okay. It's basically Shima only, but it's okay. The second two so 3 Sordell. Green pawn with the 3 shortcuts. I don't have a 1 so pair and probably also not a social pair. What's a can? 3 man reveal or the 2 man reveal for the 3 man Torah. We don't really have a choice then to fight here. The 4 pin is a bit worrying here on the right. Like, we can put a moon tempai, but like, it's not like that we can dodge it or anything. We have now a Ricci with extra indicators. Ricci, one Torah, but as I've mentioned, especially Shima only. Maar iets. It's just if we got like 8 man or 6 man, like we would be cheating. And then the Atosuke for the each for 147, so only one show left, and there's the Torah. Really interesting, but they were probably tempted on the right. And they didn't get punished. We didn't hit the 5 pin or the 3 man, but we hit the Ura on the normal indicator for 7-7. Like you just asked to get last if you deal in there as against the Tilo, Ricci. It's also the lower end of the throne room here. But like when you deal in, you deal in for at least 3,900, and then the Ura is for some extra values basically guaranteed. And then considering 4 of avoidance, me and Shimotsa are playing 4 of avoidance here. But the Celestials are just playing placements. You're just asking to get lost here. If they had like any better Tao, it's perhaps a fourth even. Unless they were Ramen Tempai, but then they even need some value, like 1 Han Ramen. It's not a comfortable push. And let's see what kind of Cheetoche that is. We're just going to cut 5 into 3 man. There's just no hope for this hand. Like 3 pairs. Cheetoche. No, thank you. The Noir is probably not going to get cut. We will cut a 3 and then we will just cut a pair and then we hope that we just don't deal in. I do put them at like a Cheetoche here with a 5 pin keep for the Akatora. I think 8 pin, 8 pin. 1 pin. I think still the Sushi is okay, I think. And then 8 pin, 8 pin, and then 1 1 1 1 9 so 9 so. Well, now the North. They don't have a Dora pair, so it might be a very cheap breachy. Considering it's probably Cheeto, it's a bit for middle tower still. With the 6 pin into 5 pin cut. Like the 5 breachies are so sus as well, because the AK 5s. The tune is one Scott. It's like the perfect weight for the Cheeto. So we just got 7 pin follow card, 8 pin into 1 pin, 1 pin. The 1 pin is usually dangerous against the 6 pin, 5 pin card, but if you read like a Cheeto, it's a hand. Like you just got a pair like that. So you actually have almost a hand here. The 3 pin shouldn't deal in, but like why take a risk? Like it technically deals into some sabos, but then why don't they have like a ramen here? They could have like a 6-3-3 shape and then redeal the 5 pin afterwards for the 5-3-3 shape. Perhaps Forza was more accurate, but I don't think anyone is pushing anyway. We will probably just Forza into 111 here. Tuso is kinda, it's one chance. Is it better than the 1-mans? It's the 1-mans are 1-tons, but the 1-ton is worse for sure. Let's see, what do we have? I think just 1-man, 1-man, 1-man. The tune only goes into like a tanky, but if we put them on a tanky, there's just no point on point of like no point in testing that. Although like if it's Tito, it's probably really cheap anyway. Like I get hit Ura too, can still have 2 Akatoras. Now there's actually a chase here on the left. We didn't really see the push coming though. The 9-man was actually a push. Okay, it's not a tune. Well, like if we deal in with the tune, we are cooked. Holy, they have a 7-man here. Is it wait? Is it Cheeto? Okay, it was like it's a Rampaker, but it's a Cheeto. It's almost like a Rampaker, but not quite. We will keep the honors here. We will just go 9-man and then keep the honors here. Especially because we really want to use the right deck and because we don't have Thunder Painful or any value, so we just slow that hand so much down so we can either fold or keep the Tora, but with the 8 so here is actually probably coming together for the painful hand. So we might be forced to drop the Tora. If painful is basically confirmed, we can drop the Tora, but until that point, it's still nice to have. Like the cutoff is around turn 6, turn 8 to drop the Tora. If you want to go normal, and if you don't need it, you can drop it slightly earlier as well. But now we actually have a decent hand. We can keep it 1 more turn. But we will see what we get. If someone pawns it, there is an option to speed up the hand with an open hand. The Forzo is actually pretty nice here. Just got the right second. 3-9 source out. Kinda hurts the Forzo, but it's still pretty good. Kinda want to cut 1 pin for Thunder and then still accept the Sabo, just forgo the 2 pin for the painful and then cut probably a pair afterwards. It's good that the right second did can pawn, so we have a pretty comfortable open Thunder for 1 hand here. If we can get it. Really? Mochi on the 7 pin. We chose the wrong pair though. But we, of course, there's no knowing that they had the other 2 7 pins. It's like the last donkey. They could be a donkey, but most likely with a pawn, it's less likely as well. Just eat the south. If it deals into a donkey, so be it. That's a loss. Yeah, Ripperoni. The 1-1 is also dying out. It's probably so soon. Yeah, with I thought they had a pinch to pair, but they don't. They had like 2 pin here for the 3 pin acceptance. Just 1 hand. That is okay. Team pair, very nice. Like in like each 1 flat, I would consider skipping here for like Thunder Painful Toras or something like that. But like here, we can just spawn and then then just win the hand, you know. It's not the best spawn, but like it's Zaku. Skip. We will skip it here. There are some school upgrades. There are plenty of upgrades. If we draw another pair here, we can pawn it for 10 pad, but without a secondary pair, we will skip the tune here. It are each turn, some and some comes on. 6-0. Is 6-0 better than the 8-0? I'm not sure. I think the 8-0 is the best out. The 6-0 is close second. Or like the 258 is also quite quite good, but like, I really don't want to wait on social. We don't have the Sansuku, but I think we can skip it. I'll break the Tempai here. The Katsuki isn't that great, but the Sosu is like the suit where we don't want to be waiting on. Like we have a choice here at least. We are fierce. We can play around it. We can still pawn for the 5-8 here. It is like very weak here as well. We can pawn the 2 and got the 8 or got the 9. We can't see that, but I don't like it. You can see that for the Atosuke, but it's only one tune left. If pawn, and then just take the 6-9. Or one Dora tune with more flexibility than the Richie Dora here for 2600, which can hit Ura and Shimo as well. You just don't want to be waiting in the suit that Toyman has on the console here. If we had like the Sansuku or something, but we don't. Chi, oh no Chi, okay. There's a run on the right person. It's all like the most important target here for 2000. The advantage of the 5-8 is that you wait on the AK, but the 6-9 monsters have slightly higher win rate. Santa, we can follow Cutter best. We have Tora acceptance on like Tora acceptance with the Santa, but we don't really have Tora acceptance. We like another one, so it's nice. The acceptance is kind of weak. Like we can cut 2 into 3, so if we throw another one, so or like 2 monsters. No, still aiming for a Santa hand. The Reaping Pair is really not what we need here. The 3-man is can't really beat seeds. Not a pair. We can cut the 8-man, keep the safer tune here. And then we will see what we get. If we get 1, 2, 3 Sansuku, we will definitely open for that. If we get like one more pair, we might be heading towards Cetoids. I don't know what we want to throw. What do we want to throw? Like the Tora or the 2-pin or the 1-pin, I think. That gives us a clear direction. That's the 1. I think we just got the 8 and we are just slowly moving towards Cetoids. Keeping the safer tune, the one Scott tune in our hands. We can still get 1, 2, 3, but we just kinda miss our E something here by cutting the 8, keeping the safer tune. You don't have to hedge everything, especially not when we are leading, but the extra Dora just makes me want to go Cheeto anyway. But it's Cheeto E something. Just got the 3, so... And then 1, 2 mount tune is our final. The final 3 tiles. That we have to pair up 2 of them. Has another 3-man, which is actually good for us. They do have a lot of middle tiles here, so they might suspect a T-toy. 1-pin, trash cut. You can Tama, but like if we get the Tune Donkey, it is also kinda okay, but here we don't really have to take the risk. We just want to deny the dealership from second, so we will probably Tama it, and that's a 2-man here. That's a 3-man. It's not really important to keep track of it, but it's just nice that the 1, 2-man does look good. Someone might have a pair, that's the tune here across. Another 6-man. Are we afraid of Tamerton? Not really. Like, we have 2 Toras. Like, I can still have the other 2 Toras and 3 Akas, of course. But the 6-man is like half Suchi, Naka Suchi across. If they had like a lot of Aka, they would probably Chief for Thunder anyway. They're really betting on the lower monster to be paired up. No, the last one pin here as well. You have the high tape because no one has scored. C? Well, no C. There's a C. That should be Tempai here on the left. I don't think the 8 pin deals in here on the left, but it's probably better to play it a bit safe. You can see other players here. We can't really wait. Don't we have any safe towers? Oh my god, we don't have any safe towers. Or like we have. The one sounds on the... Like normally I would just push the 1-man, but like here we just don't need it. Like normally I would just push the 1-man, but there's a 2-man here on the right. The one sounds is pretty okay here. Assuming Kamita has the last 3-man, of course. But like the gate in here is not that important, and if we deal into Ipats, we are not happy. This is 7-man. And they had the last 3-man here on the left with no Raku. They had the Toras but no Raku. Kinda of desperate Vici across. Very desperate. But they pushed me off of my Tempai, but like they don't really want the points from me. Like they basically didn't advance their position compared to the other 2 players here. They even lost a Richie stick. They really wanted to push people off their hands, and they managed to push me off. But you have a second pair, which is from Scott. You are trying to cut the 8-9, and we will cut 4 pin for a man quite soon. 4, 5, 6 sounds cool. A bit of a meme. Sabo only has 1 tile left. Maybe like 1 pin actually. Like it's not that crazy to go 1 pin, but we have other useless styles, you know. You can just feed Shimotsa here, just to deny the tier here on the left. I think just 1 pin here, because the pair is that we lose out on the 8-man, but the 8-man is still accepted here. We will just see what we get. We will probably pawn, and then I want to cut 8-9 so badly. I really want to cut the 8-9. Yeah, it bothers me. The Hanchan always annoys me. Pavement. Yeah, these have a lot of safe towers. Here. Against Kamita, that is. Or like, we have 2 bad dragons here. 2-7 so there. We really want to cut the 8-9 here. And then keep the door acceptance. The 4 could have been passed as well with the 7 so here. You have a Rankan Ramen here. Accepting 3 pin, 5-8. There's an 8 pin. Should be very close to Tempai, I think. Perhaps still east on the top. Boom. I think we can still try this. Hopefully no deal in. Good for us. We don't really have any save tiles against Simotsa because we pumped our save tile basically. But it's kind of a must spawn, especially because they just don't show temperature on the right. But necessarily the 18 could be a slide as well if there were more middle tiles, perhaps. Someone has a lot of Torah, I think, because there are like 3 4 souls, 3 souls. So the Torah, there's a KP 3 soul. So someone has like a pair of them, one uncle. So we should be playing around that for sure. But like I don't know which player has all the Torah. I don't think Kamitsa has. Now we luckily have the Kamputsa 6-pin for Tempai. But we would probably still push like a 2-pin there. We are waiting on Kamputsa here, but just like last time we are not going to push that hard, but we can push a 7-pin. But if it's all like a 9-man or something, well, Torah, I don't want to drop Torah into that. So unnecessary. I don't think the 2-pin is that bad here. But I just don't see the point of chilling in. We can still pull for Tempai, just a 3-pin. You can see the 5-man here for Tempai. If Kamitsa has it or wants to drop it. 7 okay, can like a cope with each there or like the Dora was split actually. The Dora was split with the 5 6 7s. The most important thing is we still have like a Mangan lead here. Boom. Just fix the pair for like 6 blocks kinda, but like 1 block already fixed here. Okay, we just got the Dora save. We can collect 2600 here in the middle. Just ramen, always basically. You can try 8, 9-pin into 7-pin if you really want to hatch the Dora. Because after all, the 8-pin throw, you have a ramen, fusion ramen, which can still be okay. But now if you draw Dora, we have to just Shimakiri it. But that is only in desperate situations. If you really need a value, you can cut the 9-pin first and then the 7-pin. If you need the Rakuten with actually one Dora, you obviously go for the Dora Hanchan. But we are not in that position yet. We just need the 9-pin, it's next to the Dora, so we don't really want to have it as our safe tile. There's a Dora here, once cut. Our hand has a very high likelihood of winning with the terminal weights here. The tune is our safe tile now. Like the 2-pin wasn't really our safe style, but more like a rooster style. It's unfortunate that we have a lot of middle tiles in our pond and our weights, especially with this 9-man Shimakiri, the final saves are basically 1-4, 1-4, so Kamitsa can actually fully choke us. The 3-6-pin is perhaps, but it's less likely that we have that. It's mostly the lower 1-4s, 1-4, so 1-4. The Dura garbage game. You can keep the safer down. We will see and then we will fight a bit. But, why do we draw the 4th Dura? We have been falling against Torment's garbage hands like too often, but I just like there's almost no merit in me fighting it. Like if it was any other tile, it's just ECG. I wonder if MAKA sees. Like all the Dora are out, and this is the last one as well. But like if I was playing them more often, I would just ignore them more often, of course, because they've shown that they have a card with GG most of the time. But yeah, it's just no point in fighting this. I know if Kamita wins, we are kinda in a rough spot, or like we are still first, but we are really close to Kado. And we can just Yukoku this, and then Kamita still needs like 3 Han. Or Tournament can just collect the sticks still. They have a manga, which is kinda old, or like not really that old. But they don't have any Tora. The full manga now. Luckily no Ura, we are 6,000 ahead. We could have been way more ahead. I do kinda suck in those positions, so I don't expect to have full 100% match rate on that. We might even have like a P rating for this Hanchan. Just just to to be prepared after you see the MAKA AI results, because you can definitely push. You can definitely push as also when you're first. You can definitely push a bit harder than me. But I just like the thing is, if we deal in, we are basically like dropping to second, or like, well, not basically dropping to second, but like it would be really tight. I wonder if Maka wants to keep the terminals, probably not. We kind of want to pair up the Tsun or the North, because the whites are one cut here. The Drizo is the Shimokiri. It's safe against Shimotsuato, but you're also really close to 30k. So if we deal in, we have a West extension. That is like the perfect roll. We get some by that, and then once got North, we need one more shape. And we have a pair shape here, or like the Soju will likely be up there with 4, 6, 7, so. And then we just need to connect to the 3 pin 7 1. These are very good floaters here. That is a cool leg here. Unfortunately, we didn't keep the 3 so for the Kansan 2 here, or for the 1 so, but it just play like we have a defensive stance here. We will take the Kutsuki. Then we can Tama here with Araku. I don't know what the best roll is, or like I cannot do. It's the 2-pin, I think. The 2-pin is the best roll, not the Tora. But like, you can't really choose. There are 2 8-pins in the point here, so then the 6-pin float is kinda bad here. With also 2 7s here. You just have to push here. Well, okay. We are basically like something here. Like, we are just never going to win on this Sabo. This one, the 5. Unfortunate. 7, 4, 7. At least we didn't deal in with the 7, I guess. Yeah, we perhaps did overfold, but kinda hurts, because we wouldn't have won the C-type breaker, but we could have definitely been a bit more aggressive there. We got an S ranking. We actually got the highest S ranking here, but let's see what the AI does. It wants to keep the 2-pin. It does accept the headless shape, but the 2-cell is also very variable. He wants to cut the 2-so, but I just really don't like triple patch. We accepted 3-pin already, and we keep the social acceptance. It wants to Sakigiri to 2-so, it even wants to cut the 2-so here, but I don't like the 4-turn here on the 7. It's also kind of more of a Sakigiri, and then we are falling here. We still have like an S- rank, despite that. And there's the Sananko on the 6-9 pin. The South Tanki across. And I don't think we made that many mistakes here on the folding. Let's see, it's 8-man. Does it pawn actually? Let's see. Wait, let's see. Here it actually pawns. I was considering it. If we really want to fight, we can. Like I can pawn it for sure, but it's really close though. I just want to take the more defensive stance. It doesn't see here of pass rate. I want to. It got survive, so it got survive, so okay, good for us. And there's a deal in. The 1-man is actually very useless. I don't care about that. It wants to keep the AK acceptance with the 7, so it wants to keep the AK acceptance. If we can pawn, it would be nice, but like if you can't pawn, I would just suggest 5 into 7 here. Pawning the AK is not really a thing, but here we just see. I'm also scrolling. It wants to cut the 3 here. It was interesting. It really wants to cut the 9 as well. Because we have like a console 4 with a 6-9 here. Which can upgrade still, but like I don't think the 8-man is that bad here. I really don't think so. Like we have the 4-man acceptance here. Like with the 4-man you can still get each otherwise, I guess. It's not like that big of a backfire. And then there's nothing here, just a Richie and then the Sumo. It was definitely an interesting choice there, and then we didn't have any decision here, just a Richie. And there's a deal in here with 2 Tora, but it's 3 turn. It's just like this 3-so is questionable, I think. Oh, they really want to keep Tora. Okay, so it's guns here, and then it's Philippines. I wonder if it pushes the Tora though with the 4-turn wait. I really doubt it, but it pushes the Tora with the 4-turn. Don't they have like any safe towers? I guess the 3-pin is really close though. The 4-turn really sucks here though. I'm not gonna lie. They can't do one more Tora. Wait, okay, we are folding. It wants to cut the 3, but 2-man Tanky, Ponket, really. I guessed the Zitoitse correctly. At least I guessed the Zitoitse. It wants to cut it soon, but like I eat the Zitoy here. I'm 100% convinced on the Zitoy. I'm just 100% convinced. The 1-man also tears into a Tanky. But the tune is just a more obvious style that you want to be waiting on. And then it says here with the Zitoitse here on the 8-man Tanky. We can check the it says here. And it's Tamas. There's only one 8-man left actually. And Tamas here for Thunder Zitoy. I would Tama this as well actually. It's 6,400. And there aren't that many tiles left anyway, but they run here. It's 8k, it's still 8k, especially 1,600 more, but they put in 1,000. Yeah, it wants to go 1-pin for the Thunder, and then it wants to cut a, I assume cutting a pill. 6-man Shimokiri. I like cutting a pill because the extra 6 mana is pretty nice with overlapping monster. Then 17, and then what does it do here? It just got survived. It's not afraid of the tanky after the pawn. Right. Maybe we want to have like one more decision and to check what it does there, but we can't check that. It wants to 9 so here because the social is too expensive, and I assume it skips here. It pawns. It actually pawns into 7-9. I assume. Yeah, because the most likely outcome we are waiting on the 8 so concern, and then we have the 5-8. I kind of like the pawn in hindsight, but I can also just want the value, and here I assume the Tamaton here, and then we pawn the second one. We just skip here, and then of course it's a pawn here, and then the 8 man, and then we long here the 6 man. Curious cut here on the left, but whatever. It wants to go 1 man here. Like I kind of want to Sansaku here, but it's not really there. I want to go Chitoitsu here. It's like with the team was more better there, and then let's see. 8 pin actually deals in here on the right. On the 5 man cards. Okay, we actually thought Simutsa Standard Painful Ipeko with the 8 pin card. It wants to just 1 man. It just wants to push Tempai here. It's just a Chitanda there across. Yeah, he probably should have just pushed 1 man here. Like we kinda like I thought the lead was good enough here. It does consider 9 pin though. Yeah, next time I will certainly push because I can kind of read that Kamicha has the last 3 man with the 3 man Shimakiri here. And we would have just won here on the 2 man as well if we got the 1 man. Well, the other way around anyway here with the 1 man. Kind of a miss on my part, but the 1 pin's out dead. I just prepare to get better shapes with the 1 pin cards. He wants to cut the other way here, and then let's see if it bombs. It skips here. Wait, it skips. It just doesn't want to push this 4 so. But I don't need the Tempai here. Well, it wants to push the 4 so because we pawns. The saves are kinda weak though. I must admit the saves are kinda weak, but there's our 3 doors here on the right. And then the 6 pin is just Tempai here for 4-7. And we luckily hold all the 4-7s here, and then we throw another 4 man, and here it pushes here. It's Litchi Vantora across. This is so much no across again. I wonder why they don't have like a 1-4 so weight or something like that. But anyway, yeah, it wants to. It's about 50-50 on the break or the push. The thing with the 7 pin is that we can still get Tempai on some throws, and then 30 here. The 4 actually deals in here on the right. Well, 7-7 plus 300. They have a scary hand here on the left as well, but is something or like they will Tempai. They will. Here you can push the 3 man. This one is more clear that you can just push, but they will also not. They will also just playing chicken, bailing out. They will also just like I can just win later, or like I was thinking the same, but I didn't win, and they won here. They chickened out with this team. You also have like tournament to deal with, I guess. And if you deal in, you are just sad. Like the Torah doesn't matter, and then here the east pawn, and then here like what do we do here? Like it's really just unfortunate that we do the Torah here. Let's see. I think it's a skip. It's a skip, and then it folds. It's just like any other town in the Torah, but it's just like we're getting so to roll here, and then the Manganshima paying 4k here, and then I don't think we could have done much else here. Yeah, and there's Shimo. That is it for me. I will see you in the next episode.